Hey kids, it's me, Teacher A. In this video, we're going to study functions. Okay, let's start. Okay, before we define what a function is, let's have relations first. Okay, so what is a relation? Here, a relation is any set of ordered pairs. Okay, anong itsura ng isang ordered pair? Ganito. Right? Do you still recall? Okay, so here, your x here, this is our first component. Okay, and of course, your y is the second component. And then, what is a function? Okay, a function is a relation in which no two ordered pairs have the same first component. Okay, so yun lang yung special restriction sa function. Okay, it is a set of ordered pairs then, pero you have to be careful with the first component. Dapat walang mauulit. There are other definitions of functions. Pero yung binigay ko sa inyo dito, which is this one, ito yung pinaka-basic na pwede nyong isipin about functions. Okay? You think of functions as sets of ordered pairs. Okay? Such that no two ordered pairs have the same first component. Okay, so to better understand what a function is, let's have the following examples. Which of the following set of ordered pairs represent a function? Again, all you have to do is to check the first component, the first element. Okay, so for set A, we have 1 as the first component here. This is 3, and then this is 6. So walang naulit. So definitely, this one is a function. So, madali lang if you're given set of ordered pairs. Okay? Madali lang i-determine if it's a function or not. Okay? What about set B? We have 2, and then 4, and then 5, and then 8. This is definitely a function again. Right? So, yung first component lang talaga ang titingnan niyo. Kasi if you check yung set B, tingnan nyo, pare-pareho yung second component. Yeah? Lahat yan, 8. Pero function pa rin siya. Kasi wala tayong pakialam sa second component. Okay? First component lang ang focus natin. Okay? What about set C? Okay? Tingnan ulit natin ang first component. So we have 3, 3, 3. Okay? So magkakapareho. So definitely, this one is not a function. Okay? So that's how you do it. Yung first component lamang ang titingnan ninyo. What about letter D? Okay, the first component here is A. Okay, dito B, and then C, and then D. Okay, so wala namang magkapareho. So definitely, this set of ordered pairs represents a function. Okay, before we continue our discussion about functions, let's discuss this Venn diagram. Okay, you see functions and relations here. Okay? Yung relation, ito yung rectangle. Okay? Yung functions, ito naman yung circle. Okay? From this Venn diagram, we say all functions are relations. Yeah? Because itong set of functions, yeah, this one is properly contained inside the set of relations. Okay? What about the other way around? Okay? Lahat ba ng relations are functions? From the Venn diagram, the answer is no. Okay? Kasi, kita nyo itong mga white portion na ito. Ito yung mga relations na wala sa loob nitong circle na ito. Okay? So, ito yung mga relations, itong mga white na ito, these are the relations that are not functions. Okay? So, we say all functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. Okay, I hope that is clear. Let's have more examples on functions. Okay, functions can be represented in different ways. Aside from giving a set of ordered pairs, okay, we can have a table of values like this. Yeah? Okay, so which of the following tables represent a function? Okay, ganito. Okay, pwede naman kayo mag-stick sa idea na ang function, it's a set of ordered pairs kung saan walang nauulit na first element or first component. This is totally fine. If you're given a table of values here, you can write this as a set of ordered pairs. Okay? Ganito lang yun. You have 0, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 0, 7. Like this. Okay? And then you may want to check the first component. Ito 0, 1, 1, 0. So anong nakita nyo? May magkapareho. Right? So definitely, itong letter A is not a function. Okay? But if you don't like to list all the ordered pairs, okay, titingnan nyo lang naman yung mga x values. Dapat walang magkakapareho. Okay? So kapag may nagkapareho, obviously, it's not a function. Parang ito. Okay? Di ba? Actually, yung 0, magkapareho din sila. Okay? Let's move on to letter B. May magkapareho ba? Yes. Okay? Negative 1. What about letter C? May magkapareho? Yes. Ito. Okay? So, you check letter D and you'll see walang magkaparehong first component or x values. So, definitely this one, this table of values represents a function. Alright? Another way to represent functions is by using mapping diagrams. Okay? What are mapping diagrams? Like this. Okay? So, this is a one-to-one mapping. What do we mean by one-to-one mapping? Isang element ng x nakapair lamang sa isang element ng y. Okay? Tingnan nyo 1B and then 2 nakapartner kay A and then 3 nakapartner kay C. What about one to many? Bakit siya one to many? Kasi tingnan nyo tong 1 dito. Nakapair siya sa more than one value ng y. Okay? Parang isang element ng x nakapartner sa more than one element ng y. Okay? Also, I want to reiterate na hindi lahat ng values ng x kailangan may kapartner sa y. Tingnan nyo yung 2. Okay? Hindi siya na pair sa kahit anong values ng y dito. And that is totally fine. Alright? Okay. Let's move on to this third mapping diagram. Okay? Ito naman yung tinatawag na many to one. Why? Kasi more than one element ni x, kita nyo yung 1, 2, 3, na pair sila sa iisang value ng y. Okay? So, ito ang itsura ng mapping diagrams. Now, my question is, alin dyan ang function at alin dyan ang hindi function? You can always go back to the idea of ordered pairs. Kasi ang dali, di ba? Kapag meron tayong ordered pairs or set of ordered pairs, okay, as long as hindi nauulit ang first component, it represents a function. Yeah? So, let's list down all the ordered pairs. Okay? So, for the first mapping diagram, what do we have? We have this set. Right? 1B, 2A, and then 3C. See? Okay? So what do you notice? Walang naulit the first element. So definitely, this one is a function. Okay? What about here? Okay? You try to list down all the ordered pairs. Like this. And what do you notice? May naulit na first component. Yeah? So definitely, this one does not represent a function. Okay, and then lastly, yeah, what do you notice? Okay, ang nauulit, yung second component. And that is totally fine as long as hindi nauulit yung first component. So definitely, this one represents a function. Okay, let's continue. Functions can also be represented by graphs. Okay, so let's consider the following graphs. If we're given graphs and then we're asked to identify which one is a graph of a function, okay, the best method to use is the vertical line test. Okay? Ano ba yung vertical line test? Here. Okay? Sabi dito, a given graph is a graph of a function if and only if every vertical line intersects the graph in at most one point. What do we mean by at most one point? It means that kapag nag-draw kayo ng vertical lines, as many as you like, Okay? Ang tatamaan lang ng vertical line sa graph ay 0 point, pwedeng wala siyang tamaan, or 1 point. Okay? So, maximum na yung 1 point na i-intersect niya doon sa given graph. Okay? Let's try letter A. Okay? Let's have this vertical line. Again, pwedeng madaming vertical line kayong i-draw. Okay? Pero madali naman kasing makita dito na if I draw one vertical line here, it will touch the given graph at exactly 1 point. So definitely, this graph is a graph of a function. Okay? What about the next one? Here, yung letter B. Pag nag-draw ako dito ng vertical line, wala siyang tatama ang point doon sa given graph. Yeah? Okay, so possible na ito ay graph ng isang function. Kasi walang tinamaan. Okay lang na walang tamaan. Okay? But, kapag dito tayo nag-draw ng vertical line, nakita nyo, dalawa ang tinamaan niya dun sa graph. Ito, 1 and then 2. Okay? So, kapag more than 1 na ang tinamaan niya, more than 1 point ang tinamaan ng vertical line sa given graph, this one is not a graph of a function. Okay? Let's have letter C. Let's draw a vertical line. Pag dito, wala ring tinamaan, di ba? That's okay. Draw kayo dun sa may graph. Like this. Clearly, this vertical line here intersects the given graph at exactly 1 point. Okay? Again, you can draw as many vertical lines as you like. Right? Okay, so letter C is a graph of a function. And then lastly, for letter D, dito na tayo mag-draw ng vertical line. And oops, 2 points ang tinamaan ng vertical line. So clearly, this graph does not represent a function. Let's now consider real-life situations. How do we determine if the given situation is a function or not? Okay, let's try this question. Which of the following real-life relationships represent a function? Okay, so you may want to read each of the choices here. Think again. What are functions? What is the basic definition of a function? A function is a set of ordered pairs such that walang magkaparehong first component. So why not represent each of the choices here by a set of ordered pairs? Okay, so let's do it. The first one is the rule which assigns to each person the name of his aunt. Okay, tita. Okay, so let's say we have this person, James. Okay, meron siyang tita number 1. Yeah, okay, and then James, meron siyang tita number 2, and so on. What about letter B? The rule which assigns to each person the name of his father. Okay, so we have this. Kunyari si James, ang pangalan ng daddy niya ay Daddy. Why not? Right? Okay, what about letter C? The rule which assigns to each cell phone unit to its phone number. Okay, so we can have this. Yeah? So we have an iPhone 12 unit, and this unit, this cell phone unit can have a smart number. Or pwede rin naman itong ating iPhone 12 unit, okay, pwede rin naman siyang magkaroon ng globe number. Yeah? Okay, and then lastly, for letter D, the rule which assigns to each person a name of his pet. Okay, so let's have this. Okay, ito yung person, si Boy. Okay, ang pangalan ng dog niya, Doggy. Okay, si Boy ulit. Ang pangalan ng pusa niya, si Kitty. Si Boy ulit, ang pangalan ng ibon naman, alaga niya is Birdie. Okay, so we were able to represent each of the choices here as ordered pairs. Okay, so which one do you think represents a function? So you're going to look for a set of ordered pairs kung saan hindi na uulit ang first component. Okay? And this is clearly letter B. Okay? Kasi si James, isa lang naman talaga ang daddy niya. Yeah? Okay. That's why we have B as the final answer. Let's have more examples on functions. Let's try this word problem. Okay? So this is another representation of functions. Okay? So a person can encode 1,000 words per hour of typing job. Okay, we're going to look for the total number of words, okay, as a function of the number of hours that the person can encode. So which of the following gives the relationship of N and W? Okay, so we can have a table here. N represents the number of hours, tapos yung W of N, this represents the total number of words. Okay, madali lang naman yan, di ba? Kapag 1 hour yung typing job niya, ilang words ang may encode niya? 1,000. Kapag 2 hours, it's 1,000 times 2, right? And so on. Okay? Kapag 3 hours, 1,000 times 3. Kapag 4 hours, 1,000 times 4. So what do you notice? Okay? How do we get the total number of words? We simply multiply 1,000 and the number of hours. So that's why we have letter C. W of N is equal to 1,000 times N. Right? So if you're given word problems and then you're going to relate two things, like in this example, we have number of hours and total number of words, all you have to do is to try, make some examples and then try to look for a pattern. Okay? That will generalize their relationship. Okay? Let's try another example here. But as you can see, halos kamukha lang nito yung previous example natin. Why? Kasi you check, we just multiply the computer or per hour computer rental by the number of hours. Yeah? So it's clearly R of T is equal to 15 times T, the number of hours you spent on the computer. Now, I want you to check this. Okay? So pareho silang R of T equals 15 times T. Ano yung pagkakaiba? This one, T is greater than or equal to 0. Ito naman, T is equal to 0, 1, 2, and so on. Okay? All the non-negative integers. Okay? Pag ganito nyo siya sinulat, kunyari ito, T is greater than or equal to 0, possible dito yung mga T is equal to 1.5 hours. Okay? So what do? You simply multiply 15 by 1.5 hours. Yun yung babayaran mo as computer rental fee. Pero if you check our second representation here, wala ditong 1.5. Okay? Kasi ang meron lang dito, 0 at saka lahat ng counting numbers. We don't have 1.5 here. So it's up to you to check which one is applicable to the given problem. Okay, let's try this word problem. Okay, so if you read, Judy is earning 300 pesos per day. Fixed na yon. Okay, pero kapag nag-alaga siya nung anak ni Mrs. Perez, okay, may additional na 25 pesos per hour. So we're going to express the total salary of Judy, including the time spent for taking care of the child. Okay, so pipili lang kayo dito. Okay, again, fixed na yung 300 pesos. Okay? Sa paglilinis ng bahay. Okay? So, ilalagay na natin dito, may 300 pesos na siya. Okay? Pero, kunyari, 1 hour niya inalagaan yung child ni Mrs. Perez, meron siyang additional na 25 pesos. Kapag inilagaan ni Judy ng 2 hours, yung child ni Mrs. Perez, meron siyang 50 pesos. Okay? Pero I'm going to write 25 times 2. Okay? It's better this way kasi naghahanap tayo ng pattern. Okay? Para maka-generalize tayo. Okay? For the total salary received by Judy. Okay? What about kapag 3 hours niya inalagaan yung anak ni Mrs. Perez? How much? Okay? She will receive an additional of 25 times 3 pesos. Okay? And then lastly, okay, kapag 4 hours, ang additional na marireceive ni Judy na payment ay 25 times 4. And so on. Okay? So, alin kaya dito sa choices ang kamukha ng pattern na ito? This is exactly letter A. Yeah? So, yung salary na na-receive ni Judy is equal to 300 plus 25 times the number of hours Judy spent for taking care the child of Mrs. Perez. Yeah? Okay. Let's have this last example. Okay? Squares of side A are cut from each corner of an 8 inches by 6 inches rectangle so that its sides can be folded to make a box with no top. Okay, we're going to look for the volume of the box in terms of A. Okay, so we're going to look for a function here. Okay, so syempre, to clearly visualize the problem, we need to draw. Ganito siya. Okay, so ito yung rectangle natin. Okay, nasan yung 8 inches? Ito yon, yung mas mahabang side. 8 inches to, tapos ito naman 6 inches. Okay, tapos nakalagay dito, squares of side A, so A inches to, are cut from each corner. So ito yung mga squares na kinat sa bawat corner. After cutting all the squares here, okay, i-fold nyo yan pataas, and then you're going to have this box here. Walang cover sa taas, butas. Okay? So I hope you can imagine that. Okay? Now, before we get the volume, kailangan i-express natin yung length, yung width, at saka yung height nitong box na ito in terms of A. Let's start with L. Okay? So let's express L in terms of A. Gaano ba kahaba ito? Okay? Note that, ito siya, oh. Gaano ba kahaba ito? Okay. Again, yung original rectangle natin, 8 inches, right? Yung length niya from here up to this point. Okay. Ngayon, nag-cut kasi tayo ng squares dun sa side. Gaano kahaba to? Itong kinat natin dito sa one side. A. Gaano naman kahaba ito? A rin. So, ibig sabihin, yung 8 inches natin, nabawasan ng dalawang A. So, that's why, length L is equal to 8 inches minus 2A inches. Yeah? Okay. What about the width? Asan ba yung width? Ito siya. Okay? Again, yung original rectangle natin, ang width niya 6 inches from this point to this point. But again, nag-cut ng squares, di ba, sa bawat corner. So, ibig sabihin, nabawasan to ng A inches dito sa part na to, and isa pang A dito naman sa part na to. So, ibig sabihin, itong natira ay 6 minus 2A inches. Right? So, that's going to be the width of our box. Okay. What about the height? Gaano katangkad to? Kapag finold natin to, gaano katangkad yung ating box? It is A inches. Okay? So, from there, we can easily get the volume. Okay? Our volume in terms of A is equal to, this is the formula, length times width times height. So, all you have to do is to get the product of these three expressions here. Okay? Ito muna. Itong dalawa muna. Okay? You may want to apply FOIL method. Ano nga alito? First terms. So, you multiply the first terms. 8 times 6. You will get 48. And then, outer terms. Yung nasa labas. So, you have 8 at saka negative 2a. So, you're going to have negative 16a. And then, inner terms. Yung dalawang nasa gitna. Ito. Negative 2a times 6, you'll get negative 12a. And then, finally, last terms. So, yung last term dito, negative 2a times negative 2a, you will get positive 4a squared. Okay? You're going to have this. Okay? And then, you may want to collect like terms. Yeah? Ano yung like terms? Yung pareho ng variable. Okay? Parehong-pareho. Okay? Pati yung exponent pareho. So, here we have negative 16a and negative 12a as similar terms. So, pagsasamahin natin yan. Okay? It becomes negative 28a. Yeah? After that, okay, itong a naman. Huwag niyong kakalimutan na meron pa kayong a dito. How do we do that? 48 times a, you'll get 48a. And then, negative 16a minus 12a, you'll get negative 28a times a here, you'll have negative 28a squared. Okay, and then finally, 4a squared times a, you will get 4a cubed. Okay, so ito yung magiging itsura ng ating V of a. Okay, this is the volume in terms of a. You may also want to write this function here with decreasing powers of a. What do I mean by that? You start with 4a cubed, and then minus 28a squared, and then finally plus 48a. Okay? So I think that's it. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video to your friends, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video.